welcome to the kitchen. My name is Rachel and today I want to read to you an article by a journalist called Tony Parsons that my husband showed me, and he basically reads the newspaper so I don't have to, but every so often he'll say to me, "I'll read this," and it literally made me cry. The title is "Stan Taught Me to Love Life. I'll Never Get Over His Loss." My dog died. 3 little words, and behind them, as you all know if you have ever loved and lost a beloved pet, there is a world of grief. Yet there is so much to be grateful for. Stan, our ruby-coloured Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, made me smile every day for the last 12.5 years. His fatal illness, when it came last weekend, was mercifully short. I know Stan enjoyed his life, and I know that every member of my family feels blessed to have had him in our home. Stan had a life full of fun and food, and a death that was short and sweet. His last breath taken surrounded by those who loved him. When the vet put him to sleep, we looked into his eyes and we held him and we told him that we loved him, and we cried. Oh, how we cried. But there is so much more to be thankful for. In Stan's life and in his passing, and in those last unforgettable moments when we held him for the last time. We were so lucky and so blessed and so privileged to have had this great little dog in our lives for so long. So then, why do I feel as if my heart has been ripped out and kicked down the street? Because the passing of a dog is a death in the family. It is a bereavement as profound as losing a parent. Truly, it hurts that much. In the days since we lost our Stan, many people have confessed to me, somewhat shamefaced, that they cried more when their dog died than when they lost their mother or father. I could not have loved my mum and dad more, but I know the feeling, because our relationship with our dogs is so intimate. Stan changed my life for the better, and my life will be forever diminished without him. I saw thousands of sunrises and sunsets only because he dragged me away from the house and out into nature. We walked in sunshine and snow and on fallen leaves that were exactly the deep, rich red colour of his fabulous fur. If not for Stan, I would have stayed in bed. I would have looked at screens. But he forced me out into the mud, the rain and the dazzling sunshine of a summer's day. I put on his collar and lead, but he led me into life, nature and the world. I had conversations with people who would have looked straight through me if we did not both have dogs. Some of them became my friends. Dogs do that, don't they? They unlock our hearts. They have a genius for life. They teach us that we should be glad to be alive. And the hardest lesson they teach us, that everything ends. And saying goodbye to them is the toughest thing in the world. I know that I will miss my dog for every day of my life. Grief is the price we pay for love. Stan was born on November the 27th, 2011 and died on May the 11th, 2024. What a heartbreaking brief life he had, yet he crammed so much into those years. Stan revealed in life, food, other dogs, sleeping, butterfly hunting. I know he found real joy in whatever he was doing, and I know he taught me to love life too. Losing him is a wound too deep to ever heal. I don't expect to get over it, no more than I will get over losing my mum. And that is because Stan brought so much joy to our family. He had a gift for making us happier. When our then 9-year-old daughter started petitioning for a dog 13 years ago, I remember coldly calculating that she would probably be at university when this dog reached the end of his life. And so it proved. What I never guessed was that this dog would be Stan and he would come into my heart. What I never anticipated was that he would make me smile literally every day. What I never expected was that I would be totally heartbroken at his passing. The people in our neighbourhood saw us every day. Where's your dog, they say to me now. Where's Stan? He died, I tell them. Stan died. And people are very kind, for often they have experienced the same loss. What happened was Stan's breathing packed up. We went for his evening walk on Hampstead Heath on the first warm day of the year, and he was panting by the time we got home. The panting did not stop. At 2 o'clock in the morning, we rushed him to an emergency vet, and they did everything they could. They treated Stan with love, care and compassion, and I will be forever grateful for their efforts. By the end of the second day, Stan was not recovering, and it was time to say goodbye. And I know with total certainty that he knew we were all there, my wife, my daughter and me. Stan looked into my eyes and I looked into his eyes, and I know he was aware that he was loved beyond measure. And the strange thing about these last few moments, I don't think I have ever seen him looking so beautiful. He slipped away, his fur looking as glorious as it did on the day he was born, and he was beyond all pain and suffering forever. Rest in peace, beautiful boy. Nothing lost, nothing loved is ever lost. Dog owners like to talk about Rainbow Bridge, the place beyond this life, where old dogs long gone are finally reunited with their humans when their own life is done. Rainbow Bridge is essentially doggy heaven, and it holds out the promise: we will meet again. It is a consoling, reassuring thought, and I try very hard to believe in it. I do know that if there is anything at all on the other side of this life, I will see you there, Stan, and watch me run to you. Isn't that lovely? So I just thought I'd read that, because I do quite a few videos talking about my own dog, and one of my subs was telling me that she lost her dog 2 years ago and thinks about her dog every day. And yeah, and I thought of her when I read this actually. So that's it from me. Thank you all for joining me.